Welcome to Sage Audio. Today let's take a look at our top 10 mid-side tips. But first, if you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us to receive a free mastered sample of it with the link in the description. Understanding mid-side basics. Before we look into some tips, let's cover what mid and side is. In short, the mid image is everything that's completely centered. A signal that's centered comes out of the left and right speaker identically, giving the listener the impression of it being right in front. This is also known as phantom center, and it's why a stereo signal, when both channels are identical, sounds mono. The side image is all signal that is completely left and right, or signals that are not identical but are being played at the same time. When the mid and side combine, phase cancellations cause the signal to be perceived in a 180-degree field. Adjusting the mid and side changes this field, which is something that we'll definitely cover in future chapters. Let's take a listen to a stereo mix and isolate the mid and side image.
I can't get no sleep, please make my life more simple. Miles inside these shoes so I don't stomp, I tiptoe. Fell 1,000 times and still I roll no limp though.
Separate any signal into mid and side. Any stereo signal can be separated into mid and side by inverting the phase of either the left or the right channel. I like to use the free MSED plugin by Voxingo to create mid and side channels quickly and reliably, meaning that there aren't going to be any artifacts or unwanted signal changes. I'll first duplicate the stereo track that I want to make mid and side, insert MSED on both, and then mute the mid image on one and the side on the other. So let's do this and then manipulate the mid and side images to hear how we can change the balance between the two. Also, again, this plugin is free, so please try this out for yourself. If you're enjoying this video, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It's free and it helps us bring you more videos. Mid-side EQ on drum bus. Let's start looking at some mid-side tips, starting with using a mid-side EQ on the drum bus. I'll use the Kurhoff EQ, insert it on the drum bus, and create some bands. First, I'll use a high-pass filter on the side image, up to about 80 Hz. Now this is going to make my lows, like the 808 or the kick, more focused and driving. I might even want to make a mid-bell band and amplify 80 Hz to further emphasize the kick. Then I could create a high shelf on the sides and amplify the highest frequencies, causing pleasant-sounding stereo expansion. I could also make a mid-band around 200 Hz or on the snare's fundamental and amplify that. Let's take a listen to how this EQ targets and augments important aspects of the drums. Create full and wide guitars or synths. On our instrument bus, we could do the same thing that we did in the last chapter, but of course tailor the bands to the signal that we're affecting. Now, one thing I've found that makes synths and guitars sound great is a boost to roughly 300 to 600 Hz on the side image. Although we typically don't amplify this range in a mix due to how it could quickly make it sound cluttered, on rhythm and support instruments, it creates a full and wide sound. So let's take a listen. Transient expansion on the side image. Let's go back to separating a signal into mid and side using the MSED plugin, but this time insert the newfangled audio punctuate transient shaper onto the side image signal. The side image is typically full of softer sounds like reverb and signals with a longer attack to their ADSR. But putting a transient shaper on the side image, we can artificially introduce transients to the signal, resulting in a much more detailed and interesting sound. Let's take a listen to this on drums to get a better understanding of it. Compressing mid-image for expansion. If we've separated our signal into mid and side, we can compress the mid but leave the side alone to cause dynamic stereo expansion. Or we could compress the side only to cause dynamic stereo widening. Now, stereo expansion is going to be more common, so let's use the Impressor by PSP for this. First, I'll insert it on the mid image, and then I'll compress. This way, whenever the mid is attenuated, the side is going to be louder relative to the mid image, creating a wider image. So let's take a listen, and notice how the signal becomes wider whenever compression occurs. Mid-side EQ on vocal bus. On our vocal bus, we may have multiple performances that have been panned or reverberated, causing info to be moved to the side image. Using a mid-side EQ, we could affect the balance between the side and mid image like we've done in the previous chapters. So let's boost 3 to 5 kHz on the mid image and dip it on the side image to make the vocal cut through. Then let's boost the side image's highs to introduce pleasant stereo expansion and air, and do it to a lesser extent on the mids. Lastly, let's subtly boost the vocal's fundamental on the mids and use a high-pass filter on the side like we did to the drum bus. Let's take a listen and consider how this improves the vocal's presence and power where needed and augments some details on the side image.
I can't get no sleep, please make my life more simple. Miles inside these shoes so I don't stomp, I tiptoe. Fell 1,000 times and still I roll no limp though. But I what I have.
If you're enjoying the channel, use the search box to watch more of our videos. Mid-side EQ on mix bus. Last up in terms of processing buses, let's use a mid-side EQ on our full mix bus. Now honestly, I'm going to do the same thing that we've been doing, cut the lows on the sides and maybe boost some of 3 to 5 kHz on the mid image while also boosting the side image's highs. This time though, I'm going to make subtle changes and find important target frequencies like the root note and center the boost on various harmonics or higher orders of the root note. Now, this is going to make the overall mix sound both more impressive in terms of the stereo image, but also more musical. Let's take a listen to it.
I can't get no sleep, please make my life more simple. Miles inside these shoes so I don't stomp, I tiptoe. Still I roll no limp though. What I have.
Upward compression on side image. Like we discussed in Chapter 5, the side image has softer signals when compared to the mid. Now this is going to cause the more powerful mid image to mask or cover up the side. To avoid this, I like to use upward compression on the side image. In short, I'll insert an upward compressor on the side channel and increase low-level detail so that the side image, and it's easier to miss details, have a better chance of being heard. Keep in mind that this is also going to amplify the side in total, so adjust the output as needed to maintain the balance between the two images. Let's take a listen.
I can't get no sleep, please make my life more simple. Miles inside these shoes so I don't stomp, I tiptoe. Fell 1,000 times and still the thing for what I have.
Creative mid-side automation. Since the stereo image is usually static or kept the same, we could surprise the listener by introducing dynamic stereo expansion or narrowing. For example, I could attenuate the side image, but then drastically increase its value to rapidly expand the image, causing unnatural but entertaining stereo expansion. A more subtle method would be to enable the side high frequency band on an EQ when the chorus hits to help differentiate it from the verses. Let's take a listen to the first method that we described.
I can't get no sleep, please make my life more simple. Miles inside these shoes so I don't stomp, I tiptoe. Fell 1,000 times and still I roll no limp though. But I wouldn't trade a thing for what I have.
If you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us to receive a free mastered sample of it with the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching.